in today's video, I'm going to continue to explain the higher level content related to the periodicity unit 3. In this video, I'm going to cover the first three higher level content: structure 317, 318, and 319. So the first subtopics asking you to know how to explain how discontinuities provide evidence for the existence of energy sublevels, where the explanation should be based on the energy of the electron removed rather than on the spatial stability of field and half-field sublevels. Right, discontinuities in ionization energy trends. Ionization energy, we had discussed this in the standard level. Let me just remind you, or let us recall this concept. First, before talking about the ionization energy, we need to recall again the concept of atomic radius because they are connected. So atomic radius across a period decreases because the number of proton and the nuclear charge increases. So it will increase the attraction forces between the nucleus and then the electrons, therefore will make the radius of atom decreases. And this causes energy that is needed to remove the electron will increase because the size of atom decreases, right? So the trends increases, but in this figure you can see that B, E, and B, less ionization energy required to remove an electron from B compared to BE, while the trends should be ionization energy increases across period. So this is example of discontinuities and ionization energy trends. The same thing with Mg and Al, and the same thing with N and O and P and S. So basically, the discontinuities occurs between group 2 and group 13 and group 15 and group 16. So the explanation should be based on the electron removed instead of the field of half-field sublevel. So let's us determine the configuration electron first. So for Be, the number of electrons is 4, B is 5, and for Mg, it's 12, Al is 13. So the electron configuration, this one 1s2, 2s2, this one 1s2, 2p, 2s2, 2p1. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, and this one 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. And for nitrogen with the electron number of 7, oxygen is 8. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, and this one 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. And for p15s16, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. Right, now let's see the electron configuration between B, E, and B. Here, the valence electrons fills the s orbital, but for B, p orbital, 1 electron. The same thing with Mg, the s orbital and the p orbital. The difference only the main energy level, of course, because they come from different period and the number of electrons of Mg and Al are bigger compared to B and Be, but the pattern are the same. So the valence electrons for Be and Mg fills in the s orbital, but for B and Al, the p orbital. So why the ionization of energy is less to remove an electron from B and Al? Because the valence electrons fills in the p orbital that is further away from the nucleus. So the attraction from the nucleus and the valence electron is weaker compared to the one in Be and Mg because the s orbital closer to the nucleus. So the reason is because it fills the p orbitals which further away from the nucleus. So for N and O, P and S, so we can see for N, 2p3 and 3p3. The difference, again, the main energy level because the number of electrons are different and then the period also different. So it's just P and S has higher number of electrons compared to NNO. But the pattern also the same. So 2p4 and 3p4. Right, let's write the orbital. So for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. The same thing with this, right? So why the ionization energy that is required to remove electron from oxygen and sulfur are less compared to N and P, because this fourth electron here experience repulsion because of the third electron, this one. So it's easier to remove, okay? So this is the reason why these discontinuities occurs between the elements in the group 15 and 16, because the repulsion. First, ionization energy increase for consecutive elements E1, E2, and E3 in the third period of the periodic table. Identify E1, E2, and E3. So it should be increased in order. Now, Na, Mg, Al. Na, Mg increases, but Al experience discontinuities like this. Okay, the second one, MgAlSi. MgAlSi. Again, Al experience discontinuities, so it's not increases for consecutive E1, E2, E3 elements. And the third one, Al, Si, and P. Al, Si, and P. Correct. But let's check D. Si, P, and S. Si, P, and S experience discontinuities. So the answer, C. Next, the properties of transition elements like variable oxidation state, high melting points, magnetic properties, catalytic properties, formation of colored compounds, and formation of complex ions with ligands. And the other subtopics is you need to know how to deduce the electron configuration of ions of the first row transition elements. We've done this in the previous unit, but I will again explain this to you. But first, let's talk about the properties of transition element. First, variable oxidation state. For transition elements, in order to remove their electron from the 4s and 3d orbitals, the ionization energy that is required is not that much different. So they will be able to have a variable oxidation state. So that's why the oxidation states of, for example, copper could be copper 2 plus and copper 3 plus. Copper has two oxidation states, and also Mn plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 and plus 7, because the energy that is required to remove these electrons are similar. So it's easier to remove more electrons, not like from the second energy electrons of potassium, second ionization of potassium, or third ionization of potassium. I will explain this later using a graph. And high melting point, because it has a strong metallic bond. So you need more energy to break the lattice structure. So the melting points are high for the transition element. And magnetic properties, because it has the unpaired electron, so it will create magnetism properties. And catalytic properties, due to having variable oxidation state, so transition elements will be able to be used as a catalyst. So the transition elements are having catalytic properties. Formation of colored compounds. The orbitals of transition elements has some vacant orbital, so it will be able to absorb visible light. Therefore, it will be able to form colored compound. All right. Next, formation of complex ions with ligands. So it has vacant orbitals. Then these vacant orbitals will be filled with the electrons that is received from the ligands, because ligands is a molecule that is a molecule that has a pair of electrons and donated to the vacant orbitals of transition elements. I'm going to explain about the colored compound and formation of complex ions with ligands after this video, in the next video, right? So the second one about deducing the electron configuration of ions of the first row transition elements. I forgot to mention that you don't need to know different types of magnetism because it will not be assessed. You just need to know that the transition elements are able to create a magnetism properties because it has unpaired d electrons. This is what I'm talking about. So for Mg28, so the electronic configuration with the number of electrons is 12, so 282. So removing the first two electrons are easier. That's why the ionization energy is lower compared to the third one. There is a big gap or high jump between the second ionization energy and the third ionization energy because it has different main energy level. So this you will expect also will have a high jump between the last electrons of this and the first electron of this when the electrons are removed. All right, but as you can see here for Mn, there is no ionization energy that has so big difference like from here to here. There is not much difference, like there is no significant difference between the first, second, third, fourth, and seventh ionization energy. So you will be able to remove 7 electrons from Mn, which is they come from the 4s and 3d orbitals. Cobalt is a d block element and transition element. The most stable cation is the cobalt 3 ion. Draw the orbital diagram using the arrow inbox notation for the cobalt 3 plus ion. Write the CO3 plus electron configuration and explain why cobalt is a d block element and a transition element. Cobalt with the electron number 27. So before we write the CO3 plus electron configuration, let's write the CO only electron configuration. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. So this one is already 18. So we need 3d. So 3d7, right? So this will be AR. 4s2, 3d, 7 using noble gas. So the orbitals will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So now for CO3 plus, we will remove 2 electrons from here and 1 electrons from here. So 3 electrons are removed. So now the electronic configuration would be 3d6. So the arrow inbox notation would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that is for the CO3 electron configuration and the orbital diagram. Next, explain why cobalt is a d block element because it fills the d orbitals, and a transition element because it has unpaired d orbitals. That's why they are a transition elements. So when it has unpaired d orbitals and they have a vacant orbital, this is what I'm saying vacant because it's not pair. So this could be filled up by an electron pair coming from a ligand that is donated by the ligand. So it will be able to absorb a visible light, then will be able to form a colored compound, which is one of the properties of the transition element. Identify the property or properties which are characteristic of all elements found in the D block of the periodic table. All the compounds of the elements are ionic. No, some of them are not ionic, but it is a neutral compound, like the example is quite complicated. Okay, it has no charge here. So the elements exhibit variety of oxidation states and colors in their compound. Some of the elements found in the D block of the periodic table, for example, like zinc, it will not form colored compound because I will explain here. So B is not. D elements have low melting point. No. Transition metals have high melting points due to strong metallic bond. And D elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are metal, so they will be able to conduct of heat and electricity. Next, an element has the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d2, 4s2. So this the electron that will be able to be removed. You can remove the electrons from 4s and 3d orbitals. Identify the oxidation states the element could show. So you can remove these 4. So you will be expect +2, +3, and the highest is +4 because 4 electrons are removed. So the answer is D. Now, explain why zinc is not classed as a transition metal, because it doesn't form a color compound. Like what I said, this is not the correct answer because not all elements found in the D block able to form a color. Why? Now, zinc with the electron numbers 30, let's write the electron configuration. 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d, 10. Okay, so this 18, all right, AR, 4s2, 3d, 10. So this one, the 4s2, 3d, 10. So it has a complete filled d orbitals. There are no vacant orbitals that will be able to accept a pair of electrons from a ligand. So this zinc element will not be able to absorb any visible light, therefore not able to form a colored compound. So that's why even though it is in the first row of the block, but it will not be able to form a colored compound, thus it is not classified as a transition metal. All right, so in this video we have talked about the variable oxidation states and of transition metal Y, and the difference between the other element that is not transition metal in terms of ionization energy, and then the properties of transition metals, the discontinuities for the ionization energy trends, and also talk about the electron configuration. We talk about the also the first row transition elements and their ions. So next video, I'm going to explain about the color wheel to deduce the wavelengths and frequencies of light absorbed and or observed, and also deduce the charge on a complex ion, giving the formula of the ion and ligands present. Right? Again, believe in yourself that you will get that perfect score of 7 with the nail IB. Follow the instruction very well and see you in the next video for the last content of the higher level, the periodicity unit. See you in the next video.